What's up, fellow Kia Optima owners? This is Hey Kennedy from the Optima forums. I am doing a do-it-yourself video for the auto folding mirror module. Purchased it from the K5 Optima store with my good man Dave over there. Looking at what we got with the order, there's a harness, some sticky back tape, and the module itself. It's only got one spot to plug in. The older version apparently has 2 spots. So that's what comes with it. Apparently it's a fairly easy one looking at the old install video to put in yourself. I'm just going to go through a couple of quick things real quick to get the door panel off. There are 3 spots to first be concerned about as far as removing screws in 2 spots. One is right here. As you can see, there's a little flip door, and you can stick a little teeny screwdriver down in there. That's what I did. Just careful not to scratch things, pop it out. And it's a Phillips head screw. And then the second location for the screw is on mine. I have this little rubber mat that I had to kind of carefully pry out so it didn't scratch anything, and to take the second Phillips head screw out of that location. Once you do that, then you can go over here to this piece. It was advised to use like a credit card to kind of slide under here or in this spot and down here, and to kind of pop it off. It comes out fairly easy. I did have a little challenge because down here at the bottom, as you can see, these pieces kind of go into, I just stuck a little bit. I was just careful not to break any tabs. I'm always worried about breaking tabs. So that's the first steps to getting everything out of the way so that you can go ahead and pry the door off. Now I say pry the door off because it actually requires some strength. As you can see right here, there's a tab area. This one's already off a little bit. It's loosened because I've already popped it off once and just started doing the video. So I'm going to put this down and show. Let's see how we can do this effectively. What you do is you place your fingers in those little indention areas, find them with your fingers, and then pulling on the door panel, you pull up and out, and you have to pull with some good force. And a lot of people get nervous about breaking things. I did too, but I spoke with David at the K5 Optima store, and he said, don't be scared, just go ahead and put some muscle into it. Once you get that popped off, you kind of wiggle it, pulling up and out, and then it comes off. Once it's off, I'm just letting it hang. A little bit concerned about doing that, but not too bad. This is what you'll see inside. And that's kind of what it looks like from the inside of the door panel. Now, the pieces that we're concerned about are located in this grouping of wires right here. Alright, so as you can see, I've exposed the gray wire. I pulled back this tape, I cut it off a little bit, careful not to cut into any of these wires, and I've exposed the gray one. Next step is to figure out how to skin it without cutting it. What I'd recommend that you do is to take these out of the way too. It's a little bit easier to work with this area down here. So I just pop these out, and there's a little clip, I think, on the back side of this one that you press in while pressing this one. So you need 8 hands to get it. Just kidding. And this one's pretty easy to come out. And I just took those out so that I can get them out of the way. And as you can see, I located the gray and the white wires, and I mutilated them a little bit. Not really, but they're still intact. I just wanted to like splice into them, just wrapping the blue and green ones around. So I'm going to do that here in a second, and I will show you what it looks like when I get it. Okay, so I've stripped the blue and green wires. Here's the green one. I've already attached the blue wire to the white wire on the door side in the harness. So I'll show you what that looks like right there. You can see we have this blue one coming from the module going to the white one, and I've just wrapped around the wires. I'm going to do the same here to the gray one, which is right next door, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so we've got the blue attached. We've also got the green attached. So blue goes to white and green goes to gray. Now again, I have not cut any wires. I've just spliced them so that the gray and the white ones are just basically skinned the insulation off the outside so that I could use the spliced blue and green to attach to them. I hope you guys can see that all right. Now I'm going to put electric tape over them because I don't solder. Alright, so here's what it looks like with the electric tape over it. If you can see it, hope so. Come around to this side. So I've got all this stuff unplugged, but it'll all be plugged back in soon, getting closer and closer to finishing. And now that I've gotten those, it was a tight, snug fit to be able to wrap the electric tape around the blue wire and the green wire, blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, it's all still in the harness holders and all that, clips and stuff. But it's enough room, it just takes a minute. And got that done. Alright, and also too, I didn't mention earlier, but I'm using some paint cans to kind of hold up the door panel, because otherwise it's just kind of hanging, and I don't like it hanging, putting pressure on all this stuff and the wiring cables. And anyway, so just to make sure that we plug these back in, I took those out, remember, so I could have easier access to down here, the places where we splice into. And we're going back over here now, so I've got those plugged back in. And then you want to unplug this wiring harness and hopefully not electrocute yourself. By the way, I did not unplug the battery for this install. I'm not an electrician, so it doesn't apply to me. And it's a little tough to get out, but it can be done. So you're going to want to remove this wiring harness clip right there, and that's what's going to plug into your harness here. As you can see, let's see if I can do that one-handed so you guys can actually see what it looks like. If it fits, we know that we have the right one. One-handed's not working too well. It's kind of a stiff harness. Duh. If you turn it around the right way, it works. So I got that clipped into there, and then this one to go into here. Let's see which way that one goes. I think this way. And voila. I believe that's in. So hopefully you guys can see that okay without too much shaking. And then this leaves this port right here, which goes into, of course, your module piece. As you can see, I'm using the old video to help me install it. This is my first time doing it, while also creating a do-it-yourself video, which is interesting. So I'm going to plug this in, set this little clip there. See if I can do it one-handed again. Kinda. Let's see. Okay, so it's all connected, all completed. I'm hoping it's going to work. I'm going to test it out here in a second. But you can see that I have the wiring harness for the mod connected in, and right here, and I taped with the double-sided tape that comes with the module to the underside of the window control switch, because the door is not really flat right there, and it was hard to go in. I don't know how it was done on you all's, how y'all want to do it, but I've got it right there, and I think it's going to fit. I just tested it. I think it's going to fit in there okay when I put the door panel back on. If it does not, of course, I will never show you this part. And you will see it somewhere else. All right. Now for the test. I never actually unplugged the battery. I don't really want to do that because I don't know what it resets, and I heard something about a sunroof reset. Not going there yet. Just trying to get these mods going. So let's see what happens when I press the lock key. Oh my god, it worked. I'm like an electrician and stuff. Okay, so even when the door's open, it works. So I press the unlock key. Good news, so it works. Okay, if you have any questions, email me, feel free, private message me. That's how it goes, and hopefully this video will turn out to be decent enough to be helpful. I'm just going to reinstall the door panel and put everything back together, and we'll do another final look at it. Alright, so everything's back together, and I'm going to test it out again. Show you what it looks like with the door closed. Lock. Unlock. Let's just make sure both sides are actually working. Lock. Unlock. Lock. Unlock. Cheers.